Hello everyone, this is Nick coming from the studios of Scam TV. I go through scam-related information on a regular basis, and I am amazed at the numerous and unique way scammers are bilking innocent people out of their money. One of the tools that I am seeing scammers using more and more is artificial intelligence, or AI as it's commonly referred to. As many of you have probably already heard, AI is taking the world by storm. From pictures to written material to voice cloning, AI can do it all. Even in the infancy stages of this technology, it is hard to distinguish between what is AI and what is human. In fact, there is a website called AI or Human. This website tests your ability to distinguish between written text versus AI generated and real human pictures versus AI generated. The average score is around 50%. Go to the website when you have a chance and see how you do. A link to the website will be in the video description below. Trust me, it's hard to tell the difference between what is AI and what is human. I truly believe that AI has many useful purposes for all of us. Unfortunately, scammers have already found many uses for AI in implementing their scams. We will be going over many of these scams in future video. In this video, we'll be looking at the disturbing trend of scammers using AI voices to deceive people into sending them money. One such scam is the use of AI voices that will mimic the voice of a loved one in distress. This tactic can be particularly effective as it preys on people's emotions and their desire to help their family or friends. In this video, I want to present a news piece that originally aired on ABC's Good Morning America. A link to the original news piece is in the video description below. This news piece is very alarming, but very informative, because you hear from actual victims of this voice cloning scam. Now, you might think that cloning another person's voice is something out of Mission Impossible. Truthfully, it's not really hard to do. In fact, there are many online voice cloners for scammers to choose from. For example, I uploaded a sample of my voice to a readily available online voice cloner. Once my sample was processed, it was very easy to use my voice to say anything. You could just type in "send me money now," hit enter. From the words you just typed, my AI voice will say very clearly, "Send me money now," even though it's not really me typing or saying the words. Very simple and very scary at the same time. At the end of the following Good Morning America news piece, I will be providing tips on what you can do to if you find yourself targeted by AI voice clone scammers. These tips will be presented using AI-generated voice of an English gentleman. I know many people say these voices sound obviously robotic. However, AI voice quality is getting better every day and sounding more and more realistic. Soon enough, it'll be almost impossible to tell a cloned voice for the real one. Lastly, as always, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for our next scam-related video coming very soon. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe. Let's outsmart the scammers together. Thank you very much.
A new scam using artificial intelligence to clone voices. One Arizona mother shared her story of a kidnapping hoax. It sounded all too real. Ariel Reshef here with the details. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, George. We've reported on these kidnapping scams where a perpetrator falsely claims they're holding a loved one hostage and demands ransom. But this case is the latest eerie example of how criminals can use technology to manipulate your own voice or someone you love's to prey on your worst fears.
This morning, an urgent warning from an Arizona mom who says she was the victim of a terrifying voice cloning hoax.
I just walked inside and started screaming for help.
Jennifer DiStefano says when she recently received a call from an unknown number, she almost didn't answer. But her 15-year-old daughter, Brianna, was on a skiing trip and she worried it could be an emergency. So she picked up.
And it's my daughter's voice crying and sobbing. saying, "Mom," and I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" She's like, "Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me."
DiStefano says a man demanded ransom in exchange for Brianna. He didn't want a wire transfer, but instead told her he'd pick her up.
I started to wonder, like, if these people were like asking to track my mom and like pick her up, like they could have obviously been like putting some information together to try and track me or some of my siblings to actually make this a reality. So it definitely scared me.
Within minutes, they confirmed her daughter was safe. She says it was all a scheme using artificial intelligence to replicate her daughter's voice.
Most people in the modern age have some form of an online identity and have probably spoken in some way, in some aspect that's been recorded, especially if you're under the age of 25. So this becomes very, very challenging as we move into a future where we do have these AI generators or synthetic audio when it comes to verification and validation.
Experts caution anyone with the right software can clone voices in just a matter of seconds.
There's a lot of positive and exciting aspects about these technologies, but then of course they also come with a lot of risks and harms.
It's a good thing to remember, and experts say scammers who use voice cloning technology often find that audio on social media. So how do you protect yourself? Maybe keep your profile private on that setting that only allows you to approve who is accessing it. And also, if you're getting a call from an unfamiliar area code or an international number, that can be an immediate red flag. Guys.
All right, great advice here, Ariel. Thank you so much.
My thanks to Nick at Scam TV for allowing me to present this list of tips to help you avoid being scammed by an AI voice. My name is Gabriel. As you can hear from my very own AI voice, fake voices are sounding more real every day. Anyways, let me stop bragging about myself. Let's move on to the very important list of things you should do if you feel the voice on the other line asking for money is not really your son, daughter, or best friend. Item number 1. Ask a challenge question. Or even ask 2 questions. Make it something only your loved one or friend would be able to answer. Something like, what was your favorite childhood toy? Or, where did we meet? Etc. Just don't ask a question that could be found on social media. Item number 2. Call or text the person. If possible, have someone call or text the person directly that the scammer is claiming needs help. If they are not in real trouble, or do not need help, then you are probably being scammed. Item number 3. Let unknown numbers go to voicemail. Letting unknown numbers go to voicemail may help. However, if the scammers are able to leave a voicemail with your loved one's voice, it could sound real to you. If this happens, do your due diligence by calling your loved one or friend back immediately. Verify they are not in trouble. Item number 4. Set your social media profiles to private. Set all of your social media profiles to private, because many attackers look for voice samples from public social media profiles to generate the convincing AI voice clone. It's believed as little as 3 seconds of someone's voice is needed to create a realistic clone. Item number 5. No sharing of your phone number. Don't share your phone number anywhere publicly. This includes social media or anywhere else online. Item number 6. If the number is not blocked, Google the phone number used, followed by the word scam. So, take the phone number someone just used to call you. Enter it into Google followed by the word scam. The search results will show any time the number is indexed in Google followed with the word scam. This helps identify past history of usage of this phone number by scammers. Yes, scammers are dumb enough to use fake phone numbers and fake names over and over. It is always a good idea to report any attempted scam to the local police, FBI or Federal Trade Commission. Before we conclude, how many out there thought I sounded pretty realistic and human-like? Please don't lie. Us, AI voices, have egos and feelings too. Farewell and good night from the United Kingdom. God bless the Queen. Excuse me, I mean God bless the King.